I've admitted that I'm biased before. All opinion-based commentators are, and anyone who says they aren't is a filthy rat-faced liar or a spineless fence-sitter with no actual opinions. So, it should come as no surprise that I hate the concept of Fiverr. For those of you who are unacquainted, Fiverr is not just a place to go to get people to make stupid videos that end up getting you in trouble when you make a reaction video to them on YouTube. Fiverr is an online marketplace where people can provide services, mostly creative services, for $5. Man, that sounds amazing, Buckley! And you hate that? What's wrong with you? You like overpaying for things? Well, I guess with all that YouTube money you rake in, you can afford to throw it away. Oh, I can understand from a consumer's perspective how Fiverr is actually incredible. However, they are driving down the value of services, driving down the idea of what a person's time is worth, what their skills are worth, and they really don't care that much about people selling illegal services or selling you trademarked or copyrighted content. We'll tackle these in order. One might suggest that Fiverr isn't forcing anyone to do anything, which is correct. But the site's name and origin is to encourage people to make their services available for $5, which, by the way, you don't even get. You get $4. Fiverr takes 20%, which I believe should make them liable for any illegal content that their users sell, since they're also profiting. But I said we'll get to that. Their tagline is, "Freelance services for the lean entrepreneur." I guess freelance services performed by people who will be lean because they can't afford to eat isn't as catchy. They encourage you to offer your services, anything from graphic design to voiceover, and include some sort of a $5 option. You can charge more, but that's not in the spirit of the site. And because of that, they're encouraging a race to the bottom. I was scrolling through some of the options one day, and I saw transcription. I don't know if you've ever tried to transcribe something, but if you're really bored, try and transcribe this video. Even as a fast typer, I guarantee you'll have to pause the video, go back and listen to the same parts maybe 2-3 times before you get it. Whatever the length of this video is, it'll probably take you at least 1.5 times the length to do so. But I would guess it would take most people 2 or 3 times the length of this video. There's a reason court stenographers use shorthand, and train for years to do it, because it's practically impossible to type every word as someone is speaking at a normal pace. So, one person says, "I will impeccably transcribe 10 mins of audio or video for $5. Someone else says, "I will do a flawless 15 mins transcript in less 24 hers." The irony wasn't lost on me, but apparently it was lost on the 791 people who decided to use their services so far. 15 minutes, so it'll take them at least 20 if they're really good, and another 15 to rewatch, so 35 minutes. They've valued their time at not even $10 an hour, basically. Finally, we have, "I will transcribe 20 minutes of audio." 20 minutes for $5. Guaranteed that would probably take half an hour at the bare minimum, then 20 minutes to rewatch. They've decided their time is worth about $6 an hour. Again, if they're a beast. If it takes them longer than the 50 minutes, and if you include the admin time of sending it to the person, waiting for their approval, all that, their time is worth even less than $6 an hour. Congrats! You valued your time and skill set as worth less than a busboy. And there's all sorts of shit on here. Want an article written for your website? This person will write a well-researched 500-word article for $5. I'm a freelance writer. I've been paid to write articles. Call me greedy, I guess, but I wouldn't write a fucking title for $5. $5 for a full article that someone's going to put on their commercial site and make way more off of? This should say, "I will devalue the profession of writing for $5. Need something translated? $5. Someone spent years and a lot of money to go to school to learn a second language, or paid a shitload of money for Rosetta Stone, whatever, and they've decided that's worth $5. Need a logo for your company? Someone will take all their years of graphic design experience and make you a logo. Fuck it, they'll make you 2 logos for $5. Oh, what about a poster? $5. And voice work. Now, I know a little something about voice work, and let me tell you, it costs more than $5. A really cheap page rate, and a page double-spaced would probably be about 2.5 minutes of audio depending on the speed of the read and how much you pack in, is $50, but is usually closer to $200 or more for commercial voiceover. Way more if it's going to be used nationally or is being done by someone famous. Well, fuck that. This person will give you 125 words, roughly a 1-minute promo, for $5. So now you're seeing where the bias is coming in. I'm not saying it should necessarily cost $200 or more for 2 to 3 minutes of audio, but it sure as fuck should cost more than $5. And some of this shit, you have no idea what you're really getting. $5 for translation services? Maybe you're just getting some asshole using Google Translate and then fucking cleaning it up grammatically. There have been cases where graphic designers have flat out plagiarized work and passed it off as their own. I'll leave a link in the description to an article that was written by someone in 2014 about this. Nothing's changed, and Fiverr clearly doesn't give a shit about it. There's no vetting process. Anyone can post on there. For example, if you search remove watermark, you'll find a number of people offering to do just that, remove watermarks from images. You know why there are watermarks on images? Because people don't own them. So instead of, say, paying like $25 for a picture of pills like some fucking idiot, you can just pay $5 to have someone remove the watermark. There's absolutely no legal reason for this. If you own the photo, there wouldn't be a watermark. Don't want to pay a wedding photographer for them to spend 8 hours taking professional photos while you ask them to take shot after shot because it's got to be perfect for your special day? Then fucking get your friends to take a bunch of shitty iPhone pictures. They'll have their phones out through the ceremony anyway because it's boring as fuck, and then run them through Instagram filters. Don't want to pay for grad photos of your kid and figure you'll just get someone to remove the watermarks from the sample pictures they send home? I know, if I were you, I'd want proof that your shitty kid graduated too. But don't be a fucking scumbag. Fiverr's more than happy to take their cut though from these projects, and they're not exactly racing to take them down. Amazon 09 has over 100 ratings, meaning they've done at least that many gigs. And I guarantee the people who think that this rant is stupid have at one time or another complained about how they don't get paid enough. You know why you don't get paid more? Because someone would do the job for cheaper than you. Fiverr calls it the gig economy. I wonder if that's what they'd call sweatshops too. It's just the gig economy. I mean, why should someone get paid high wages for making shoes when someone will do it for a fraction of the cost? Fiverr speculates that it's the force that could save the American worker? No, it's the force that could potentially destroy industries. Why pay $50 for a voiceover when I can pay $5? Why pay hundreds of dollars for a logo when someone will pump one out for me for a fraction of that? This forces everyone to work harder, forces actual professionals to lower their prices to compete, or give up doing that for a living because it's no longer worth it. Spending hours on some picky asshole's revisions to make scraps because you don't get paid until the customer approves the work. And it floods the market with mediocre talent, giving them a place to ply their trade. So fuck Fiverr. And to the people that offer their services on there, you're better than that. Unless you aren't, in which case get the fuck out of the business. But the rest of you, have some fucking respect for your craft. Don't give it away for the same price as a couple bags of chips. Don't devalue your training, your life. If the gig economy, competing with thousands of people to try and earn your living $5 at a time, is the future of work, it's a bleak fucking future ahead of us.